Hello everyone, welcome on back to some MEC action. My name is Travesty. I am joined here with the king of Supreme himself, Shibby. Are you ready, my guy?
Am I ready?
Are you ready?
I don't think I've ever been more ready.
Okay.
How about that?
Ooh,
Let's say that. I don't think I've
that.
ever been more ready.
You got the necklace on, you got the anime eyes on the beanie, Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. We both got our anime headwear. It's fine. But you know what?
True.
Today it could possibly be the start of an anime comeback story for one of these teams. That's right. We're going to be going right back in to the grand finals. Unfortunately, third place matchup did not happen. It wasn't FF. So we are moving right on into the grand finals. Cleveland State, they were knocked down here by Miami, Ohio. But hey, they've only had to let their toes sit in the water. They haven't had to deal with any sharks in there. They're all out. They're all gone. So, hey. Yo, it's time. Salty run back. Can you do what everybody wants you to do, Cleveland State? Can you turn around and come in here and show Miami, Ohio what defeat tastes like? Or is Miami, Ohio still going to reign supreme? They haven't lost a single game yet this entire season.
The more impossible task is that Cleveland State University has to do it twice.
Yeah.
Right? They have to beat them twice. So for people that don't understand, because Miami University is coming from the winners finals, and in traditional fighting game fashion, that allows you to potentially get a second life. So what happens is in the grand finals match, if Cleveland State University wins, that is what is called a bracket reset. And so Cleveland State once again has to essentially defeat Miami University twice for them to gain the championship crown, while Miami University only has to beat Cleveland State University once. That is the luxury, that is the reward, let's say, not luxury, of going through the winners finals, being the most dominant team, and not dropping to the losers bracket. So there we go. It's not that Cleveland State has to do it once, Travesty. They've got to do it twice to a team that has gone undefeated in the regular season here. A monumental task. David and Goliath-esque. I don't even think that can really attest. I don't even think that's the correct analogy. It's even worse than that. It's like an ant fighting a nuclear bomb.
Well, Cleveland State, they're looking at this crew battle as a 30 stock battle that they need to go into with a checkpoint hopefully in the middle. So they're going to be looking at that. But before we get into the grand final, we want to take a quick moment to acknowledge our MEC first team. The big reason why, too, is 4 out of these top 5 players here are all in this series, inside of the grand finals. We got the Snake from Cleveland State University, and then we got 3 players from Miami, Ohio that are coming at us here with Scoops, Ferb, and Lombardi. By the way, Ferb and Lombardi are in the running currently for MVP. They're MVP candidates at this current moment in time, which is actually pretty insane because you got MVP fight happening now amongst your own team.
Yeah, typically you'll see it like one player, one really outstanding player, most valuable player from like 1 or 2 squads. But in this case, Ferb and Lombardi have both been super instrumental in their own right. Travesty, you know who I would give it to. I'm the biggest Ferb stan. I think Ice Climbers, the things this guy does is absolutely disgusting. But I think you can speak more to maybe obviously Ferb, but also why would Lombardi be considered potentially an MVP running? Did he just have such a dominant regular season? Was he the anchor that Miami, Ohio needed? Or was it more of like he was just cleaning through so many stocks? By the time people got to Ferb, it was already like, what, a 4-1 character lead? Like, why is Lombardi considered in the MVP?
Well, in regular season, to give you a little bit of a sneak peek, there was a couple times where we just didn't see Ice Climbers came out. Ice Climbers got some weeks where they just rested at this moment in time, and that was off the back of some fantastic Falco play throughout the weeks. Lombardi is a phenomenal player. They have been absolutely just king when it comes down to execution, and they are playing this character precisely, right? We have seen a couple Falcos that have had these moments where we're like, oh, okay, I respect this, I respect that you have this different style of playing. Lombardi is the cleanest Falco inside of the MEC, and there's no contesting that. Nobody can contest that, and that's why the community even has said, yo, Lombardi needs to be up there, because while the Me Brawler and Ice Climbers actually get a lot of attention from Miami, Ohio because of the way they play, Lombardi is always consistently there and always the vanguard for this team, and that's always something good. I do want to take a quick moment as well to just showcase our second team as well before we get into the nitty-gritty. And the reason why I want to do that is just because of the fact that you see Klutz, of course, they're over there, they're happy, they're saying hi. Galbraith, a candidate for Rookie of the Year as well, another player who's going to be playing inside of this. They've had a stellar time and have been my personal pick for like the best Bayo inside of the conference, which is tall order when you got Ashland's Bayo that was back there. But Galbraith has been so clean. They are absolutely showing themselves as the queen of the one touch when it comes down to being able to tap somebody and carrying them up into the heavens where oblivion awaits. It is such a good showcase. Great showing from this rookie player. But honestly, I'm also looking back and I'm like, man, little tear rolling down my eye. Cleveland State's here. Yeah, Miami, Ohio. But Cordell gone. We had 3 of their players there. That K-Rule bump-a-dump had that cape on, looking fly as could be, but couldn't make it into here. So many talented players have fallen down to the pathway of finals.
Yeah, I mean, in just traditional fighting game philosophy, right? There are so many hidden bosses, secret players that, you know, in the grand scheme of things, are really, really good, right? They are very, very, very solid in their matchups, in their characters. You've got these individuals that play characters like Snake. We have like a Rob player that's like one of the only Robs in the conference. You obviously got the Yoshi player. I mean, Ice Climbers, a character that you mentioned, super niche. Only the truly dedicated can really get the most out of that character. And I talked about it. It's like, would you rather squeeze juice out of a lemon or a rock? That's what Ice Climbers are doing. They're trying to squeeze juice out of a rock, and they're trying to get every single out. So we finally see the little Mac opening out from Miami, Ohio here. And Cleveland State, they're not playing around. It's Lip and Snake coming in hot out of the gate.
I also love the fact that Little Mac has the name Tell Me Why as we're getting into this game. And right now they might actually be asking themselves this on Tell Me Why Snake is starting in this game. Tell me why I don't want to catch a grenade. Tell me why.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I didn't know how far you're going to go with it, but yeah. We've talked about this matchup. We've talked about how Snake is probably the ultimate disruptor here when it comes to like close range CQC individuals like the Ice Climbers, like things like the Little Mac here. And I don't think Miami was expecting this opening. They probably sent out their 2 players and they're like, wait a minute, this is Snake here. So they're going to have to answer most likely if Little Mac goes down here, doesn't take a stock, or goes down 15 to 12. I'm fully expecting to see Lombardi come out with the Falco. He's been probably the best matchup against the Snake simply because of the shield usage.
Yeah, the shield usage and just the fact as well, like it does force a different kind of battle for Snake. Snake has to stay on the ground in that instance, and we're seeing it right here. This is where the Snake player is so insanely good. They're able to just kind of float above, and they're not stinging like a bee by any means, unless you have explosives on the end of that stinger. This is somebody who is so devastating when they're able to. Great usage yet again. That's absolutely dirty. You can see the Little Mac just like, I like these grenades, the satchel charges, the throws. There's so much that you have to watch out for from the Snake. It's such a hard challenge, but get some good shots in.
Yeah, the Little Mac really wants to close the stock out. Nice lead on the up air. Hey, you did your job. 1 stock off of Lippens is more than enough, right? Especially if you're going Little Mac into Snake here. It's down 2 to 1 stocks. Let's see if Little Mac can do a little bit more damage. You can get the KO punch and get some really disgusting follow-ups, right? Down tilt into KO is a combo that is really good onto these heavier characters like Snake.
Snake's actually taking quite a good amount of damage. This Little Mac has found a little bit of a groove to be able to go with here. And you can see they're trying to fish out for those up Bs now. They're trying to use those to get a little bit more going for themselves. A little bit of offstage action. Good up air. Gonna continue going forward and grenade. That was so tricky.
Okay. Nice shield, nice shield. I mean, that's such a disgusting situation to be in because like you have to shield the grenade, but then if you don't shield and he grabs you, then he can follow up with a kill. But if you do shield, you can potentially get hit by the dash attack. Yeah, there's so much here. The grenade trick play coming out from Lippens. He's gonna get this killing himself with the mine. Oh no, he's lost the stock to the C4 and right now this Little Mac got one stock for himself and has forced an error. KO punch is available very soon. I don't know if he's going to be able to stack up enough damage on himself to have it available.
Yeah, this is such good play coming out. You can see the Little Mac's in it. They're bobbing and weaving inside their own chair, right? They're hitting that dumpsy roll at this current moment in time. They're trying to figure out the way to be able to evade all of this arsenal. But this Snake is finding the punishment for being danger close. But there you go, the aptly named Sweet Chin music. But Little Mac did your job and then some. If you told me Little Mac was taking 2 stocks off of a Snake in this matchup, I might be calling you crazy. But there's something different that hits from Miami, Ohio's Tell Me Why.
Okay, let's be real. Little Mac took 1 stock, and then Snake took his own stock. But, I mean, you're right. Little Mac getting 2 stocks out of Snake, out of, I would say, arguably Cleveland State's best player, that's very good. Because now you don't have to send Falco into this, right? If you're Miami, Ohio, you can potentially save that. You could potentially go for another player. My personal opinion, I would send out the Falco, get rid of the Snake as quick as possible, get him out of the game, and then leave your Ice Climbers in for third to just clean up everything, right? Like Lombardi and I believe it was the Ice Climbers player, am I blanking out on his name? Ferb, probably the 2 best players on their team, and Ferb has already shown that he had that legendary 14 stock run yesterday where he took out 14 stocks of the opposing team. If you have him in as your 3rd or your 4th player in and you have to go through Lombardi, like realistically Cleveland State has to send Lippens in, right? They've already done that. To deal with the Falco, you have to send Galbraith, but even if you deal with that, who's going to deal with Ferb? Which player? Your hero, your Bowser, your Zero Suit? They've all struggled.
Yeah, I think personally at this moment in time, I'm in the same wavelength as you, where I say, you turn around and you say, all right, yo, let's send in our Falco, let's send in Lombardi, let's get him in there, pop in a couple shots, you should be able to clean up a stock, right? Snake is a character you do need to show a lot of respect for because they do have that hitting power to be able to knock you out, and if you choose a bad matchup into it, it is punishable and you lose a stock and you're bleeding out at that moment in time. Snake at this moment in time, they would love to, if they take 1 stock before getting knocked out, is huge. So you want to send your best possible matchup into it, and I think Falco is one of those characters that has a lot of good matchups into what Cleveland State has afterwards. So I do think that like your best matchup afterwards is going to be something like the Bayonetta. But here we go, we have Falco, and so we called it. It's Falco.
Yeah, reflector usage is going to be super key here. We saw Lombardi using it earlier, their earlier matchup yesterday. He was spamming it. I think he used it at 1.3 times in a row. Punk comes out, and now we put it at neutral. Let's see if this Snake has adapted or if he's going to stick to his own playstyle.
Oh, right there, already a reflector coming in. But this is the issue, right? You gotta, when you're playing Snake in this matchup, you have to play the ground game and you have to control the center, and that is easier said than done here. So Falco going to have their work cut out for them as well. As you can see, they're using that reflector very aptly to just apply pressure as they're trying to find an inch to move forward.
Snake shielding. He's got Snake shielding defensively, right? Looking like, all right, I don't want to eat these lasers. I don't want to eat my own grenades. Usually Snakes are putting you on the shield pressure.
Yeah.
They're forcing you to try to play to them. But yeah, this matchup is just so difficult, right? The moment you see Lombardi spamming the reflector here, Snake was already at like 110, 120, and that back air is going to clean up the job very, very easily. Rough matchup. Lippens was able to take out 3 stocks, but now it's 12-12 apiece. And who do you send into Lombardi? Do you send Galbraith in? Do you send the Bayonetta? Because I feel if you send Bowser or Hero, and Bowser's going to be turned into mincemeat, right? Yeah. Like he's going to be combo food. Lombardi will eat that up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Hero needs time to cycle through his spells, and those can still get reflected. God forbid a snooze gets reflected on you, and Falco just, like that. Like you don't want to do that. So it's either you send the ZSS or you send Bayonetta here. I think you can one-touch Lombardi here with the Bayonetta. Personally, I feel like Zero Suit still relies on a lot of those blaster setups, the whip. It's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you aptly went across who we should see here. It should be the ZSS or the Bayonetta, and you've already stated the reasons on why. I do think, like you said, Bayo going for those, it's a bit of a skill matchup which you're going to have to contest inside of it. It's not going to be a counterplay scenario of any type here. So you do find yourself in that kind of a situation where you're like, yo, I need to go in for this. I do think ZSS makes a lot of sense to actually go for if you're able to get things going. When we saw it yesterday, it was a lot of retreating and constantly throwing out that plasma whip as you retreat. And there is a lot of confirm that you can do with that. So there is a chance for ZSS where it's still a skill matchup just like Bayo is. But I think the ZSS might be the safer option if you're planning on Bayo being saved for later, if that makes sense. If your game plan relies on Bayo being towards your anchor to deal with a certain character, you need to hold on to it. It is the ZSS.
Go! ZSS, let's see if the Zero Suit can actually get things going here right now. Nice grab, and already started going off stage. That was 10 seconds in, and they're already on the edge of the stage playing around. ZSS, though, going to be fishing for a lot of these upbees, going to be fishing for a lot of these whips, especially the neutral Z aerial whip. Going to see how effectively she's able to use the blaster here. But right now, pretty good, juggling the Falco.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This matchup's not that bad, actually. And remember, we've had a whole entire day. All these players have had an entire day to reset and kind of reflect. In fighting games, especially when you have a day to go back and prep and you know who your competition is going to end up being, you actually get so much information that you're able to kind of download off of that. So, you know what? These players, they've had time to rest. They've had time to go back. And the Sam is doing a good job executing on some of those strategies. But this Falco is no slouch. You got your work cut out for you. Just because you come in with a better game plan and you're ready for some of the different things you have doesn't mean that the Falco is not ready for you either.
Yeah, but now we run into ZSS. Probably one of our biggest problems is just securing and confirming the kill, right? She can piece you up, she can combo you, she can get you to high percentages, but how does she confirm the kill? Falco has back air, Falco has up air, Falco has so many different tools. Well, ZSS, she's got to set up like a grounded up B potentially, and there we go.
Look at that.
I talked about the grounded up B.
Shout it, shake it off, shake it off. That's what I'm talking about. I saw the player over there. They were feeling it. Now that could be a little bit of some confidence going for you, but now you're in a situation where revenge stock is coming out. The Falco wants to get revenge quickly, swiftly, put it back over into an even playing field. Remember, we're even up on the player count at the current moment in time, so want to try and get that definitive lead shortened out. And Falco almost finding that moment.
I love the forward air, like down handles, and not hitting the full section as the up smash does come out here, and it's actually pretty dangerous for the Falco. Zero Suit Samus doesn't have any rage on her. She can start comboing you, and we didn't talk about it, but the stage choice coming out from ZSS here, Battlefield's so good for both of them, but specifically for ZSS, she can get the jump, the up air resets, right? Like she can platform reset on up air, and she can juggle you, but right now the jab reset, oh my lord, that should have been so much more devastating.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for Lombardi. They are clinical when it comes down to this matchup, and you can see this nice recovery coming out off stage. These two competitors love to be inside of it. They are not spending any time on the ground. Bring them right back up to the heavens with you. ZSS, just like stock number 1, they got stock number 2 to the name.
In similar fashion too, right? Grounding them with the side B, the side special, and then hitting them with the up B. Very, very well played. I feel like getting hit by that twice, you gotta feel like Lombardi's hitting himself on the head.
It's definitely one of those things too where you can see that they're trying to prep for CSS, but that was a scary scenario. Both of them whipping there.
He took him. He snatched him out of his head and said, I'm gonna show you what I'm about to do to you right now. He held him for a couple seconds there, Travesty.
Woo! That was nasty. Now, 1 stock apiece for both sides. Lombardi is up there, almost in the triple digits, just now entering such, but Falco is not going to make this job easy. Lombardi going in.
Oh no.
Good way to drop out of it, CSS. Oh, baby, the plasma whip, but the DI, the side special, he's going to be able to recover.
Yeah, Falco recovery is no joke. Has pretty much access to both a vertical and horizontal recovery here, and yeah, it was looking a little dicey. 132% on this Falco. Rage meter is pretty much almost always stacked up. a back air or an up smash at this percentage could kill.
That side special. That's risky business doing that just raw like that. But you can see they're going off the stage.
Oh my
they're
God.
looking for that moment. They know they need a decisive moment. And both sides are back up onto the stage now. Both facing off of each other, dancing on a nice edge between the two of them. Nice up throw into the skies. A recovery. Phenomenal work by Lombardi.
I knew it was over when I saw Lombardi side B off stage and then go for the down air. Stage jump off of it, laser, and then recover. This dude was just on another level. He went for the down air read, recovered, jumped off the stage, jumped up, hit him with the laser, recovered back down, and I was like, you know what? Actually, I'm done playing around. Let me up throw you and up air you. He was just on something. He's on something. Good job to the ZSS taking out 2 stocks, nearly taking out 3 from Lombardi. But like you mentioned, there's a reason why this guy is in the running for MVP. Consistency, his ability to stay calm under pressure, his ability to just style even when he's on pressure. Like, that was just crazy. Very well played from the ZSS, but even better from Lombardi here on the Falco. Has 1 stock to his name, and now I gotta believe you send the Bayonetta here just to take this stock out super quick.
You need to go for something here. I feel like if you go for one of your other players, like a Bowser or something like that, you're waiting to get labbed. You're getting labbed at that moment in time. You need to respect the Falco. You need to respect the carry potential. You need to respect the fact that they will take a moment to make you into a clip they will put into their montage. You need to understand that Lombardi is surgical. They're cool under pressure, and they might have 1 stop, but they're going to play like they got 3.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be in part of somebody's montage. You don't want to be on Twitter clip. You don't want to see it. It's like 10,000 engagements. It's like, oh, it's only at 10,000. That's not bad. Check the next day, 100,000, 200,000. Oh no!
Scroll through Twitter. You hear the kill. 30 seconds to Mars. You see your face pop up. You're like, no!
Yeah, I think you send Bayo here. I think that's the smart choice. Although we've talked about the Bowser, but I think the Bowser player has started, or I don't know if he started, but he just picked up the Incineroar instead of Bowser. We've seen it now. I think not just from Ashland University, but also from here. But now we're gonna actually see the Bowser.
Okay. They're doing a reset real quick. So
yeah.
Quick reset.
He has the ZSS's name, right? Ray.ic plus. I think he's got the ZSS settings on the Bowser player.
Yeah. Don't want those settings. You don't want to play like
whatever they are.
You don't want to play like your ZSS as Bowser. That is not a strategy that can go together.
Speaking of settings, are you like an old school player? Do you play with tap jump on, or do you like your C sticks as tilts? I'm a big tap jump off, C stick as tilt. Like, that's how I've played moving forward. I know that's not how Melee is.
I'm old school, so
you're old school. So you have tap jump and C stick as smash. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. I am a bit old school. It just feels good. Feels good. Feels right for me. Especially, it's just because I'm an older player too.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like if I have the option to recreate the old controller, it's like even like if I'm playing like Call of Duty or something like that, right? Like if I go back in there, I'm always going to switch it over to what my old school setting was, even if it's not the most optimal, right? I'm still going to always go for what that old setting is because that's what my muscle memory goes by.
That's fair. Yeah, I still swap circle and melee on Call of Duty so I can drop shot to this day. But no more Call of Duty. We're talking about Smash Brothers here, and Bowser, quick 54%, like just in 20 seconds. It's like, all right, here, hold it real quick. He went for the down.
Oh, you can see it. The player cam actually had everything in regards to it. He was just like, oh, I thought he was going to recover there. He would, to be fair, a couple inches later, would have been a cool move. Would have been great. No. But right now, Bowser's getting sent to another castle.
The castle in the sky. Yeah. And nobody's waiting for him there, unfortunately. Right now, you are getting combo fooded right now. Look at this. This is what Falco does to heavy characters. And I don't know if this Bowser player is tilted off of that first stock. He just down aired. but he got made into a montage in the second stock, and right now he's got to get this kill quickly. You do not want to let Lombardi live and take out 2 of your players.
What you need to do, you need to get a throw. That's the big thing. You get a throw in here, it'll be great. But that is going to be your secret sauce to be able to get in here. Good recovery. Lombardi under pressure. They are a different beast.
There we go. There is the forward tilt, angled downward. The punch. Able to finally secure that, but I mean, Lombardi did work. He took out the snake. That's 1 stock. He took out all of ZSS's 3 stocks. That's 4 already. And then took another 2 off the Bowser. This guy effectively has taken out 6 stocks, 2 players worth of stocks from Cleveland State's side.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm Miami, Ohio, I flick the music on. If I'm Cleveland State, I start hearing the boss music. One Winged Angel comes on, but it's not going to be Sephiroth. It's Ferb on Ices. I throw Ices.
Well,
in.
their song goes like,
do your work.
Their song's like, ba 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 ba, right? Something like that, right? Like, is that what they say in Latin? They're like, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, hoo. Like, is that what it is?
Yeah,
like, that's Latin.
Yeah,
that's Latin choir right there.
That's Latin. That the boss music starts playing,
and
Ferb comes in. Yeah, and it's done. It's done. It's done. It's Ice Climber. It's not Sephiroth. It usually goes Sephiroth. You know, right? It's banana. That's what it goes, bro.
I like it. I like it. I want a One Winged Angel remix now of Ice Climbers, where it's just like C climb me has Ice Climbers. Bum 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 bum. Ice Climbers.
Okay. I think we do see.
It's not Ice Climbers. I don't think so.
I don't think it's Ice Climbers. We will see though. I don't. Sorry, players and player cams. I think it's like my second time ever seeing your faces in like 4 months. I apologize. We don't have the names up here. We do have Miami High versus Cleveland State. But yeah, I think you send it in. Instead, I'm actually going to send in Clutch here with the Kirby.
This makes sense.
Well, also, Kilts are going to be the name of the game here. They are so disgusting into heavies. And I think this Kirby, in similar fashion to the Falco, is going to combo food this guy.
Wait until you see what this Kirby got cooking, okay? It's going to be something spicy. It's going to be something special. I've seen this matchup before. They bring it in the blue. Let's go ahead, get the throws in there, juggle them out through the air. You can up him, you can up smash him, you can do whatever you want to here. But you got to go ahead and get in there. This Bowser, like you were talking about, combo food. Look for them down throws into combos. This Kirby loves to just go ahead and down throw you and immediately juggle you, carry you off the stage.
Right now, this Bowser's just having a tough time even doing anything. The kind of pressure this Kirby is putting on right on the stage, back and forth, dashing over. Kirby's a pretty fast ult. That's all you need. That's all you need. You just interrupt it. You've got multiple jumps on the Kirby. And there's no way this Bowser's going to recover, unfortunately, and that's just kind of how the matchup goes. I mean, you were lucky. I was expecting maybe potentially like a side B self-destruct from the Bowser. Like, you know what? I'm not going to win this matchup, but I'm going to take a stock out of you. That's what I was hoping to see. Unfortunately, we didn't see that. And so now, Cleveland State down to their final 2 characters, both Hero and Bayonetta in the back pocket. Miami, Ohio sending out the Kirby here, saving their Ice Climbers for what I can only assume is going to be their anchor.
They need to send out Bayo here. 100%. I do not think you send Hero out here. I think this might be a little bit of a change of a game plan for them. But Hero into Kirby. Kirby's very hyper aggressive. And this Kirby is also very, very good about getting up in your face. As a hero, Cleveland State's hero is insanely good. They have great stuff going for themselves, right? But one of the worst things you can have when you're taking your time on an RPG, right? You don't want somebody trying to rush you. You're trying to grind out for the boss right now. And all of a sudden you have these, it's like you're grinding out for the boss, right? And you get that one encounter that bad breaths you right off the get-go. You run into the Marlboro as you're trying to grind out in the Calm Lands, who ambushes you, bad breaths you, knocks out all your progress you didn't save an hour ago. It is not a fun scenario to be inside of. This is going to be the hero, as we can see on the player cams coming in. So it is hero into the Kirby. This is going to depend a lot on how much pressure Kirby can apply and how kind is RNG to hero.
Yeah, and I think the saving grace is that Kirby doesn't get like the full list of abilities if he eats Hero, right? He only gets the fireball, which is essentially a fireball from Hero here. But also, the thing we failed to mention is that Kirby can low profile a lot of Hero's spells, right? So actually, I'm gonna send the Hero out against our advice, which you know what? So be it.
He's the hero now.
There we go. He is the hero now. He's gonna have access to that fireball. Mana is on both sides, but yeah, if you're a hero, you gotta watch out for Kirby low profiling. Like it's gonna be really bad if you throw in an ability and he just ducks under.
I'm gonna be honest, I've never ever had Kirby like eat me when I played hero. So this is a very interesting thing for me to just see too, because this is like
it's
it's wild.
Yeah, he just gets access to the fireball. Yeah, that's it. Doesn't get access to all the plethora of spells. I think that's a little too OP.
That would be.
It would be a cool dynamic if Kirby had like a sick matchup in the hero where it's like, yeah, I take all your abilities. And now Zoom does get used, and this hero, unfortunately, has to play the shield game.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god! Gave him the Twinkle Toes Chip Skylark action.
Yeah, with Chip Skylark, he might be saying shiny teeth and me, but you know what? Off to the blast zone with ya. Get on out of our face. It's stock to stock here off of a good snooze. And you know, that has to be a little bit, Kirby was having a little bit of fun. They were like, yeah, I got to play hero for a bit. That was cool. That was great. Back to business as usual. And the hero hitting things with a massive explosion here. This Kirby's actually just gotten hit with kaboom after kaboom here.
Pretty much what you have to select if you're the hero, but now feet are coming out. Hero low on mana, has gotta wait a little bit. And this is that like awkward stage if you're a hero where like you don't really have a lot of mana to play with, so you just kind of gotta go back to like, oh wait, I'm a fighting game character. I actually have to like land hits with my sword.
Yeah, you look for those hits. You want to have them hit with critical precision here. Snooze coming in, but it wasn't off stage enough. That is unfortunate, but they were baiting it. You could see the idea then. The Kirby got a little lucky.
Psych up here. Ooh, I thought he almost selected kamikaze for a second. I saw like, no way this guy's a madman. But has the psych up available, can KO pretty early or quickly now with some of the basic abilities. But now the up throw, just not enough. You'll probably have to land on the platform to be a kill. Doesn't matter, gets the forward air. Kirby at 142% with max rage. I always talk about rage in the mechanic. It's kind of scary when these combo-esque characters have a lot of rage. It also works against their favor because of how the knockback works. So resetting back to 0 and start putting the combo montage back onto Hero.
Hero has a very important task for themselves, and they need to reset things, get the tempo back in their favor. But look at how aggressive this Kirby has been so far. Just really putting on that pressure onto him. Good dash attack coming through as well. He's going to hit the zoomies. Kirby was feasting for it. Recovery will come out. Nasty. Nasty. Absolutely nasty. What you got there? What you got? What you got? Is that the script?
I'm Klutz. I just read the script, the book. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Bro, he literally read him like a book right there. And it wasn't even just that. The last couple moves that he did were reads. Like, even off of the zoom, he was just automatically reading like, oh, he's going to land on top of me. It was already mid-animation for the up air. That is insane that he was just like, all right, I've downloaded this hero. I know where they're going to be at. Look, they're pointing to the head. They know. They're like, I'm a giga brain. Nobody can stop me.
I'm in your head. I'm in your head.
I'm rent free.
Oh my god.
Oh, here we go.
Nah, you can't just do. Nah. I can't. I'm reeling back.
Dude, I'm gonna be real. This could be the final moment for Cleveland State, though. Like,
yeah.
You're in the last
grand finals. Yeah, Cleveland State's rookie of the year potential here, right? Running. Galbraith, with this Bayonetta, has to take down 7 stocks of Miami, Ohio. They have to get through the Kirby, right? They've got to get through Kirby. And what else do they have waiting for them? An Ice Climbers? A Me Brawler? Right? Like,
It's
look, if it's any time to cement yourself as Rookie of the Year, it's now. Galbraith, it's now. Now is when you make the start of your legacy, where they will tell tales of you moving forward. Oh yeah, that's Galbraith. That's the guy who did a comeback 7-0 against Miami, Ohio, the #1 team in the MEC. This is where your legacy starts.
Oh, well, right now. Yeah, right now. But that one attack, yes. But immediately the legacy is getting kicked in the face. It's happening. And you can see, wait a second, Bayo. Okay, not gonna start the montage just yet. Kirby is a unique character to juggle around like that. That's a stunt! Oh no! They were not ready for that.
He jab reset after the forward air into the forward smash. This guy plays Kirby, Travesty. This guy plays Kirby.
No, there, Kirby. That triple digits to which sign coming in, and that is all she wrote. 1 stock paid as toll to Kirby. You've got 2 whole players to go into potential rookie of the split. Has to run the gauntlet between 2 raid bosses, 2 of Miami, Ohio's first team, MEC first team players.
I'm scared. I'm scared because if they send out the Ice Climbers, it might be done. It might be game, set, match. Miami, Ohio might come out as your MEC Fall Clash Smash champions. And it might just be done off the back of Popo and Nana. It might just be like, ha, yeah, whoo. It might just be like that and it's over.
I like it, but it's the Me Brawler. That's the Me Brawler coming in. Here we got Scoops. Scoops is my favorite IGN as a caster, by the way. I'm pretty sure, just because, like, in League of Legends we also have Scooped, and it's just such a fun name to be like, it's Scooped. Like, you can say it so many different ways, you know?
Yep. I mean, it's a common FGC term as well. When you get scooped,
yeah,
you get, essentially popped up in the air. You get scooped. You get comboed. Very, very a popular term. I love scoops. I love the variations.
Love
like,
scoops
you get
of
double
ice cream.
Scoops of ice cream, right?
When is scoops a bad terminology?
Scoops of poop, maybe? That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there's not going to be any poop scoop that's going to be inside of here. It's just going to be them looking to scoops inside of the Hollow Bastion. What a cinematic place to be able to have potentially our last bout of the MEC Fall Clash.
I mean, the music as well. I mean,
I know.
Beautiful stage choice. Beautiful music choice. I think you said this is your favorite stage,
yes,
right? In all of Smash. I respect it. I see why.
Such a good stage. But on this now, you can also just see they're trying to kind of gauge each other out. Both these characters very combo reliant. They can both kind of carry each other quite a bit. Me Brawler has a couple more tools that they don't have to worry about the combo, so they can go for more like individual hit and run tactics if they need to. He is having a bit of trouble though with how mobile this Bayonetta is, and they're trying to punish some of the dashes coming in, but great throw, capitalizing on some of Bayonetta, and yet again, seeing that punish off of the dash.
Yep. I want to see more bowling ball usage out of scoops here. I think it can really disrupt what Bayonetta wants to do. Because it goes in an arch, it has both verticality and horizontal sticking power. So, like, if she wants to go up in the air, there we go. Bowling ball off recovery is very smart. But also just when she wants to do things in the air, if you can get a bowling ball in the air early, it kind of disrupts what she wants to do.
Great counter coming in there, too. That was off the back of Me Brawler, turning around and saying, all right, you want to play in the air? I feel completely fine, and I don't need wings to fly. They're going to continue launching each other out. Bowling ball coming in. Good up B for the recovery, laying in a good amount of damage. And there's that primary Lotus. Rock Lee would be proud.
Ooh, and you saw Scoop almost go for the raw forward smash reading. Right now, Cleveland State, Galbraith is trying on one stop. He's got to try to get this off Scoops right now because the 171% was at full rage. Gets sent flying off the stage. Team Rocket blasting off again, but now can Scoops close it out for his team?
Oh, yes. Oh, the karate punch!
In Karate Kid fashion, Miami, Ohio, undefeated through the regular season, undefeated through this championship. They are your MEC Fall Clash Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Champions.
That is absolutely correct. You can see it right here. Look at that glorious roster. You got the Little Matt, the Falco, the Mii Brawler, the Kirby, the Villager with the soulless eyes, and the Ice Climber sitting in the back. Legendary run from Miami, Ohio, completely performing in every single step of the way, all the way from having dominant performances throughout the regular season, as you aptly said, having a legendary Ice Climber showing earlier on against Campbellsville, in which the Ice Climbers was able to take out 14 stocks by themselves right off the rip. That is your MEC Fall Clash champions. That honestly, you couldn't ask for a better team in regards to it. When you have that level of dominance, a championship has to be expected.
Yeah. I mean, every single player played their part. I think you look at it, too, the interesting part about their roster, right? They've got Ice Climbers, they've got Falco, they've got a Kirby, they've got Villager, they've got Little Mac. No heavy characters present at all. I wouldn't even argue no like medium weight characters. You could maybe argue Falco's light medium, maybe, but all of these guys all playing like super knife's edge, kind of like light characters. A lot of them playing combo heavy, tech heavy, individuals, right? Kirby, Falco, Ice Climbers. These guys that need to like, when they land a hit, they need to extend that as far as possible. And I think it just goes to show like how good they are on these characters. Miami, Ohio had a whole nother character waiting.
Yeah.
In this grand. Like you have to realize that opening up with Ice Climbers and him taking 14 stocks, this might sound crazy, but I don't think it is. We quite possibly could have seen Miami, Ohio win this whole thing without Ferb ever playing a single game.
Huh?
That's how good this Miami, Ohio roster is.
I have said it inside the regular season. It is they're a team full of aces, right? If you want like an equivalent of something to be able to add them over to, right? You want a storyline, Generation of Miracles, right? You could go with that if you want to get your Kuroko no Basket fits in. But it is that same vibe where every single player is an ace in their own right. I do definitely believe in that, and I love the point that you brought up. Not playing any heavies. You don't have anything that's insanely broken, right? There's no Steve players on this team, right? You're playing all these very technical know-how characters that do require a little bit of finesse to be able to handle, right? That Kirby is nasty. The Ice Climber's decent combos come with time of executing those combos over and over and over again. You have the Little Mac, who faced against adversity, the roughest matchup out of all of CSU could offer, and came out with 2 stocks to the name still against adversity. That comes from being a specialist when it comes down to your character and saying, you know what, when it comes out to what I like to play in Smash, I punch. It is one of those things where you gotta give credit where it's due to every single one player from Miami, Ohio. It's just all around a great showing from them. I do, before we get too far into things, I do want to give a quick bit of love, because even though our time here is short and sweet, I do want to give a shout out to our sponsors by Blue Light. The average American spends over 7 hours a day in front of screens. The number is even higher amongst competitive gamers. Prolonged screen times mean your eyes are under constant attack from harmful blue light radiation, leading to unwanted side effects such as headaches, digital eye fatigue, disrupted sleep patterns. While there is no avoiding screens in the digital age, especially for esports athletes, there is a solution. Enter Buy Blue Light. With the best blue light blocking lenses, fully customizable frames. Find out why Buy Blue Light is the preferred eye protection partner of the MEC and over 60 college programs across the country. Remember to go ahead and check out www.buy, that's spelled B-Y-E, bluelight.com, and then say bye to Blue Light. Protecting your vision from a brighter future. So, that's it though. Shibby, you have any closing remarks? It's been a short day for us, but I mean, what an eventful series.
I mean, insane. From start to finish. Obviously, shout outs to everybody tuning in. Shout outs to obviously yourself, Travesty, for having dealing with me. Not even having me, dealing with me. I know we've casted other games together. Shout outs to our producer, KhazixMayJump. Guy never gets enough love. The producers never get enough love out here for Unified and the MEC. And obviously shout outs to Hyper and everybody else on the MEC side for putting on such a great tournament and putting on such a fantastic series and fantastic day. I know this is all in LAN. That's rough. And for it to go as smoothly as it did, that's not an accident, right? That's because these guys have been doing this stuff for years now, consistently, constantly. And yeah, that we've done LANs, Travis. Me and you have done LANs, right? Mm. They don't normally go this smooth. There's always something wrong. There's always something happening. There's always something, but it's always been a pleasure working with Unified. And like I said, shout outs to Miami, Ohio. Well-deserved victory. The MEC Fall Clash Super Smash Brothers champions. I have no doubt these players are going to go on to do very good things, both in the collegiate system and potentially even outside of the collegiate system, because Smash Bros, it's just so many tournaments, so many locals. I wouldn't be surprised if they're dominant on those ends. It was just a treat to watch everything, and I couldn't have asked for a better casting partner, Travesty.
Hey, you know what? Here's looking at you. I'm with you on that one. I appreciate it, Shibby. We've come a long way from my unadulterated hatred of you to being able to tolerate you on short spurts. It's been a great time. In all seriousness, thank you so much for coming in. It's been so much fun, Kat, working with Shibby. Make sure you guys follow Shibby, by the way. Shibby's pretty cool. I know I've been here for the regular season, but make sure you follow him. He posts memes and interviews and all that other stuff. He puts in work, okay? I like Shibby content. So let's go ahead and get it. Shout out to the production, as my boy just said. Shout out to my pup, who is they're awake right now. So there they are. They're getting a big yawn in there. But shout out to them.
Very well behaved.
Very well behaved.
I didn't hear him once, by the way. Yesterday and today, not once. I don't know if you just have really good sound or if your dog is well behaved, or it's a little bit of both. But
super chill dog.
A well behaved dog. I have mad respect for people that have well behaved dogs.
Very well behaved. Thank you all to coming on out here. You make sure you all take care and have a phenomenal rest of your day.
Without any spoilers, how's your off season going?
Pretty good. I've climbed to my new peak rank. We got some good recruits coming in, and then I'm actually really excited for the future of Juria. We got a lot of really big changes that are going on, both on campus and off campus. So I'm excited.
To be honest, it's kind of AFK. A lot. 2 of our players are out of country for most of the summer. Actually 3. And I'm just working full time. So
there's tournaments to do in the off season. We have another one in July that we're going to do up at the University of Flint, Michigan. So that'll be fun. So, but yeah, off season is always interesting. It kind of just depends on the year as well.
Thank you, AVDG.
So let's get some thank you AVDGs in the chat.
Thank you, Mr. AVDG.
Thank you so much to AVDG.
Thank you, AVDG.
Let me see those thank you AVDGs.
Time to get up. These glasses, jacket, and sweats, baby girl, that's a get up. It's chilly outside, but I'm ready to burn.
Super hot fire when I move, better feel that burn. Get up before the sun is up, baby, let's work. Good morning. Ready or not, here I come, let's work. Good morning. Get up before the sun is up, baby, let's work. Nobody stopping you today. Low-key walking with a sway. Going for the distance, drop top, hopping in the range. East Coast, baby, but I'm popping in the A, let's go. This ATL, bro, go get it, trendset it. We're embedded with the avant-garde, the style so synthetic. While I pioneer shine like a golden bellish, oh lordy. This your last warning. I've been waiting in the foyer. You put on the gas, I'm ready to go ahead.
Without any spoilers,